Hey guys, I had a dream April 2nd that I wanted to go ahead and share with y'all, which was super encouraging to me. So, the dream started off with me and my husband and my younger son. I guess we were driving around. I don't know what we were doing, but we were parked in front of this house, which, I mean, it looked like a house, but I'm not too sure if it was like one of those houses where you stay, like they allow you to stay like as a hotel, or they rent the rooms out. It kind of looked like that, like a little resort sort of thing. So anyways, this house was fenced off with the chain link fence, but down the walkway, the pathway where the door was at, there was a bigger fence, like a fancier fence. And I got out of the car. I guess I jumped over the chain link fence. And as I jumped over on the ground right behind the fence, the bigger fence, I saw some keys laying on the floor. I picked the keys up, and as I looked at the keys had a bunch of different keychains on it, like different animals. It had ostrich, I saw a giraffe, and I believe I saw a hippo on the keychain with many different animal keychains on there with different keys on it. And it even also had feathers on the keychain. And I showed my husband, I picked the keys up in front of me, and I showed my husband when he was in the car. I showed him the keys that I found. Told him, I said, "Look, I found these keys." And he told me to go to go unlock the door, and I said, I don't know where these keys belong. So he got out of the car. I didn't see him open the fence. I guess he jumped over. I'm not too sure how he got over. My dream, it didn't show that part. He grabbed the keys from me and he opened the front door to this house. And this front door wasn't like a regular front door. It kind of looked like a barnyard door, how it slides open. It kind of looked like that, but it wasn't wooden either. It looked like a metal, or I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. Anyway, he opened it up and he slid the door open, and he said, "See, it belongs to this door." And right when he said that, a lady behind the door was smiling, and she said, "Yes, those keys belong to this door." She's like, "But right now we're closed." But she said, "But since while y'all are here, we'll go ahead and see y'all now." And we said, "Okay, thank you." As we walked in, she was explaining to us. Oh, before, let me tell y'all this before I walked in, I walked up to the doorway. I knew that there were animals, like as if it was a zoo behind this house, this resort. I call it a resort because they were reserving spots for people to come in, and like a hotel sort of. But I knew behind the house was kind of like Noah's Ark. Like I knew it had to do with an ark, like there was a zoo behind the house. And as I walked up to the door, she said, "Yes, these keys belong to the house." So we walked in, and my husband says, "Well, while we're here, can you go ahead and reserve our spots for us?" And she said, "Yeah, we can go ahead and do that." And my husband handed her his credit card, and she took it, and she said, "You can go ahead and wait here and talk to them, and I'll be right back." And we said, "Okay." As we sat down on the table, there was this lady that was speaking to us, and she says, "Yeah, these events," she said, we're going to be doing this. And they were basically giving us the itinerary, or I'm sorry, I don't know how to say the word. And we were like, okay, like they were telling us what we were going to be doing, and we were going to see animals, and we were going to be doing this and that. It was going to be so much fun. And then she says, "Oh, and you know her." And on the side of the wall, on the other side of the wall, there was a girl that me and my husband knew back in high school. Her name was Tamara. And she was walking, and I looked at her, me and my husband looked at each other, and we said, "No, we don't recognize her." And then she looked at us, and it zoomed in and focused on her face. My dream zoomed in and focused on her face. And she says, "Really, guys, y'all don't remember me?" And we said, "Oh," and she said, "It's Tamara." And we were like, Oh, Tamara, yeah. But she didn't look like the same Tamara that we knew in high school. She had her face kind of looked like her, but she didn't really look like her in high school, if that makes sense. Anyway, she came to me, she gave me a huge hug, and she said, "How are you doing?" And she gave me a huge hug. And then she went to my husband and gave him a huge hug. Um, and it was really weird. I kind of started to get upset because she was really hanging on my husband for a long time. And I was like, okay, really? Um, I didn't mind her giving my husband a hug, saying, "Hey, how are you doing?" But she was like really hanging on him. Like, even my son looked at me to see if I was going to get upset and looked at her like side eyed, like, okay. Even my husband, he was like, okay, 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 like trying to push her off. He's like, okay, okay, okay. And then he got hand sanitizer and washed his hands with, well, got some hand sanitizer and washed his hands with that. And then she got up off of him. And then and then the lady came and said, "Okay, guys, we went ahead and reserved you for Sunday." And she says, "It is going to be very packed on Sunday, guys." And we looked at each other because me and my husband don't really like to wait in lines. We just prefer to go somewhere else if that was the case. And we looked at each other and we said, "Well, is there any other day that we can get besides Sunday then?" And she looked and she's like, "Nope, sorry, guys." She's like, "We already reserved you for Sunday. And besides that, Sunday's the only day that we can do that we can reserve you for." And she said, "But it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be very packed on Sunday. We're going to have so much fun." And she started to name different things that we were going to do. And we said, okay, well, I guess Sunday, well, we have no choice but to keep Sunday. And we were okay with that. We were like, okay, thank you. We were super excited and happy about it. And then I ended up waking up from my dream. Now, to me, from all that, it sounded like we were reserving our spots on Noah's Ark. When I woke up from my dream, I knew it. Like, when you're close to the Lord, you can tell which dreams are from Him and which dreams are from the enemy. And this dream was definitely like from Him. I had the feeling in my dream and also waking up. And I was so excited. I just had this dream April 2nd. And I honestly, I wanted to see why Tamara was in my dream. So I looked up the name, what Tamara meant. And it means palm tree. Palm tree. So I was like, okay, well, besides a palm tree, like I know what a palm tree is. Let me go ahead and see what it represents or what it may mean. And a palm tree represents victory, or even in some, I believe it's victory or eternal life, something like that. And I was like, wow, wow. I I was excited after that. I mean, even before I found out what Tamara meant, I was excited about the dream, and I was like, wow. So I it was encouraging for me, of course, because we were reserving our spots, but I continue to pray for each and every single one of you every single night. And I even have dreams where the enemy comes to attack me, especially when I go in hard in prayer for you guys, for all of my brothers and sisters across the world. And I've noticed that every single time I go hard in my prayers for you guys, that I come back that same night with the enemy trying to attack me in my dreams. But it's okay because I got the Lord on my side. And I'm not doing this for no reason. I'm doing it for you guys, and no glory to me. It's what we're supposed to be doing for each other, guys. We're supposed to be praying for one another. We're supposed to be praying. And I'm going to continue to pray for you guys. And not just y'all, but everybody across the world. All of the lost, all of the people that may not even know the Lord, may be confused about what's going on. Continue to pray for them. Guys, I love you. And I pray that this also encouraged you as it encouraged us, encouraged me. I love you guys. I'm going to continue to pray for y'all. Continue to pray for each other, guys. I love you.